the bridge. Stu has a theory on this this Baltimore bridge collapse.
I do not. I would not say I have a theory at all. I'm just saying, look, it wouldn't make any sense for this to be a terrorist attack the way it happened at 1:30 in the morning. Like, why would you do it that way? I mean, maybe you can argue it was some sort of test run or something, but like, I don't know. It's a pretty,
or just to disrupt our infrastructure.
But it doesn't seem like it's going to be that serious in that. I mean, like, these places are able to.
What?
It doesn't seem like. I mean, like, all the reporting is that they are able to reroute to other ports. I mean, it's going to affect Baltimore pretty seriously. Obviously, traffic will be affected, but like, if you're going for some major terrorist attack, first of all, 1:30 in the morning is kind of a weird time for it. And you know, of course, you know, the warnings from the ship and all of these other things. But beyond that, like, I'm looking at a broader picture here, and I'm not saying this. What I want you to know, Pat, is I'm not saying this.
Okay.
I am.
What are you not saying?
I am not saying that Pete Buttigieg individually is going to each one of these things and like unscrewing Boeing doors before the plane takes off. I'm not saying he's doing that.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's loosening tires off of planes.
You're not saying.
I'm not saying that. It would be incredibly impossible.
Right. Yeah.
What I am saying is, should we check his house to see if he has scuba gear?
You are saying that?
Let's just at least check it out.
All right.
Why not go into his garage and see? Maybe he has a couple of, I don't know, rubber suits that he's, and that might be for other use. But like, I'm just saying, can we at least check? We should at least know that.
Hey, all right. Maybe he's got a Phillips screwdriver or something.
Yeah, right. Does he have a screwdriver?
Right. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It would just be interesting to know what type of underwater diving gear the man owns. Like, does he happen to have a mini submarine in his garage? Like, that would be something.
First of all,
would be weird.
First of all, as I said, they always return to the scene of the crime. So he never shows up after one of the. He disappears after this.
Yes.
If you notice that,
Yeah.
we never hear him talk about anything transportation. Have you heard him actually, standing in front of a United airliner going, "We're going to shut this thing down until we figure out why the United Airlines keeps losing doors and wheels and I heard the steering wheel or something the other day." Why? Right. Why? Where is he on that? So he never shows up at the scene of the crime, so that immediately goes, it's also way too much work for him.
Okay,
and
that's true.
He would have to learn things like how to put the mask on, which I think is beyond his capability. How do the scuba gear, the breather goes where exactly? And you don't want to use it after him, after he tries it. I'm just saying, I don't know.
I think, look, there are a lot of reasons to believe that Pete Buttigieg isn't responsible for each one of these things. It would be insane. It would be a crazy development.
Yes.
By all accounts. However, how else do we explain this? Like,
it would be unprecedented.
The fact
if it was our transportation secretary.
Right, it would be. Yes, I would agree. Unprecedented.
Never in history has a transportation secretary
doesn't happen.
Sabotaged so much transportation.
Right. Can we look at the bright side, however? That would be more than any transportation secretary has done probably in the history of transportation. I never know what they do.
This is a good point. Who knows the name of any other transportation secretary? Yet we
Chow.
Yeah, Chow was one, and the other one that I did pop into my head was LaHood, because back in the day. But not for, hey, he's screwing up all of our infrastructure. It was like, oh, well, he's sort of a notable figure that occasionally comes up in policy conversations. This guy has overseen disaster movie sequel after disaster movie sequel since he got this job. Oh, we have American institutions. Boeing is just like, we can't keep planes in the air anymore. Like, what? Why? Why has all of this happened under his watch? It's like he's Michael Mann. He's tied to. We now have more footage to show in disaster movies because of this guy. Allegedly. I mean, I don't think he is intentionally derailing trains across the country, but it does seem weird that ever since he got there, we should at least look to see if he's got like a wedge or some tools that would allow him to do it.
I would say the fact that everything is being derailed would lead me to believe that it's not one man.
It's probably not. It's probably
and this
not.
This is not that unusual. The entire country is going into a bridge abutment.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It would explain why we never see him though. Because he's always off skulking into one of these places, loosening some bolt.
Right.
Like it's probably not him loosening bolts. It's probably not.
Probably not.
It's probably not. But
probably not.
Wouldn't it be easy to rule it out? Like, shouldn't we at least go looking around? Let's toss that. Let's toss the individual possibility that Pete Buttigieg is flying around the country disabling our infrastructure. Let's just rule that one out. It's got to be easy to rule out.
I'd feel a lot better.
Yes.
I would.
I mean,
even though I understand it's
call
unlikely.
His husband and find out was he in bed with you last night or the night before when this thing hit the bridge abutment. Just find out.
Let's just find out. It's just an easy one to rule out. And until we can rule it out, he should go back on paternity leave. That's all I'm saying. He shouldn't be employed in this job when this is a possibility.
I see what this is. You just want him out as the transportation secretary.
Oh, wow.
You are such a bad man.
Well,
man.
Is it homophobia? Is that what's happening?
It's definitely not homophobia. He can be as absolutely gay as he'd like to be while on paternity leave. In fact, I'd encourage it. It would be almost odd if he wasn't, right? Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, ever since this guy took this job, we have done show after show after show about transportation infrastructure collapse. Mm-hmm. Why not just either he's individually doing it himself, or maybe another possibility is everything this man touches gets destroyed, like he's Ivan Drago. Maybe that's the thing.
I have to tell you, I don't even know if I think this is just now 4 years of absolute incompetence. The companies all being distracted from what they have to do so they can meet new governmental mandates on bullcrap that mean nothing to any of us. And this guy, I don't think he knows what his job is. I really don't.
He seems to be terrible at it, and whenever he is involved in something, tragedies ensue. So, we talk about these problems like with the border. Like, I don't know, what do? You got to make sure you're closing off the border to illegal immigration before you're worried about the immigrants that have already crossed, right? Like, you got to stop the flow. There's a leak. You got to stop the leak, turn the water off first, then fix. With this, it's like, shouldn't we just turn the water off here? Like, get this guy away from this thing first, and then we'll figure out some of the other details. Whatever he's bringing to the table is weighing down the table, and the table's collapsing. Can we do something about this?
This is the best entertaining conspiracy theory I have heard in the last 24 hours.
It is.
This is good. This is good.
I don't think it would be absurd to picture Pete Buttigieg in a scuba outfit. I mean, like, if someone were to Photoshop that and give it to us in Twitter, that would be silly. Obviously, Pete Buttigieg, irresponsible. He can't possibly be doing it. Let's just confirm he doesn't have the equipment to make it possible. Let's rule it out now.
Have we seen close-up pictures of the United Airlines flight when it was taking off, losing the tire? Was there a parachute after?
Exactly.
Was he up in the wheel hub as they took off? Just, like one of those, poor Afghans. They were just like, I'm going to go to America. And he's like, wait, I'm not done. I've got to unloosen the bolts here.
Yeah,
I'd like to see a close-up.
Was he driving a tanker truck last June 11th and left it on I-95 in Philadelphia, right at that bridge?
Why?
When that caught fire.
Let's just find out.
Let's just see who the driver was.
Let's just look if you you have the CCTV footage and just see a little guy scampering away from the bridge right after, like, I would like to know, who is that? Is that a leprechaun or is that Pete Buttigieg? I want to know who it is. These are basic questions that we can ask honestly. My goal here is to exonerate Pete Buttigieg.
Clear him.
That's my goal.
Clear the air. Yeah.
I feel like we might be able to do it.
I think it's
before
laudable.
you said this, I don't think Pete Buttigieg came up as a suspect.
How? I mean, it would, because it would be so outlandish, right? Like, there's no way that
People were afraid to say it.
It would be crazy.
Thank you for.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was. People were afraid to
throwing
say
off
it.
the chains and saying what everybody was thinking stupidly.
But like other people would say,
as Jon Stewart said, saying the things that nobody's thinking.
Right.
That's what he's doing now.
It could be. But then again, other people might say it's the most logical explanation that he's just going around doing it himself. I mean, why else would all of this happen? And that's why I just want to exonerate him and let him get back to his wonderful family.
Yeah.
You know, back on paternity
really considerate
leave.
Of you.
Yeah,
think
you know,
so.
and like I think too, we should consider for this particular role whether paternity leave should only happen after the birth of a child. Maybe it should be like a constant thing, like a whenever you need it, you take it. Just go ahead. Go on leave.
That would be good.
Right now, and maybe take 8 to 12 years off, just in case, you know.
All right.
Okay.
These are just possibilities.
Yes.
Thanks for standing and watching the whole thing burn with me. It's been fun. Appreciate it.